There aren't a lot of games out there that are allowed to be brutally difficult, but still fun, and not a lot of devs get away with it as well as FromSoft does. Something about the way they design your experience always feels individually crafted. To a novice player, it'll feel like bullshit, things will feel unfair, you'll want to quit. However, after spending more time and dedication, you learn a thing or three. And there hasn't been a single game in the catalog of Soulsborne that I didn't walk out with a new perspective on world design or combat. The game I'm bringing to today completely altered my perspective on how world building and combat should be done, in a way that made it hard to go back to the original formula. Now I know this is a console exclusive and probably always will be, but bear with me for 5 minutes. Wait, no, not that PlayStation exclusive. This one. Miyazaki wanted something fast, he wanted something mean. Yeah, you're gonna get your ass kicked and you're gonna love every minute of it because the game invokes this hunter-prey mentality. You will get the desire to run it back, and this time you will win because you are better. Everything about this game is opposite from what FromSoft cooked previously: faster combat, different environment, and smaller but more unique weapon pools. The combat is the bread and butter. There was a huge focus on speed and intensity, and personally, I think they nailed it. Previous titles, the combat was slower and a bit more meticulous. Bloodborne, we don't play that way. Shields, get them out of here, because your only option in Yharnam is violence. Right from the get-go, they say, here's your blicky or your blunky, make a choice. If you want to play defense, and you're going to have to blast your way into it. They push this even further with the rally system that says, hey, you just got your ass kicked? Well, go kick his ass back and regain health for it. They want you to be on the move, never staying in one place. 9 times out of 10, you feel like a mosquito attacking these behemoths. But where the pacing of combat shines the brightest is where you're tasked to face your own. Hunters, just like you, that fell victim to the Scourge. Most of my favorite fights in this game are against the human characters because you feel so evenly matched. You have to be cautious about how you approach, or else you may fall victim to their own parry. However, the combat isn't what I think is essential, or even what drew me in the first place. It was a wonderful slice of pie, but the world, atmosphere, and the lore is what kept me going back for more. Obviously, FromSoft loves their ambiguous storytelling, but to me, Bloodborne is a bit more straightforward about it. Immediately upon stepping foot, you get the sense that something isn't quite right. Man turned beast wandering this once booming city, houses boarded and citizens not allowing anyone, even their own, in for fear that they might be the next to succumb to the city's fate. But you don't get the full picture until you see things begin to change throughout the game. What makes the progression in the world of Bloodborne so good is the veil slowly being raised. I love when the game's environment changes with the player's actions. Mario Sunshine, Delfino Plaza getting brighter, the Division's hub gets more populated, except for those are examples of things getting better. Bloodborne, things get worse. You feel the world crumbling around you, and right when you think you hit the rock bottom, the floor gives out. Townfolk you met along your journey are now slowly losing their wits. People that were once safe in their homes now silent and non-responsive. You start to experience visions of horrors beyond your mortal comprehension. Corrupted worlds never thought to exist become reality. It all feels like madness, and you start to question if you yourself are falling victim, all the same as the people there before you did. As you explore, you experience one of FromSoft's strongest traits, and that's their interconnected world. Bloodborne, I feel, is the last to do this properly, and it makes for a much more tight-knit experience. Every lantern is placed so perfectly for the player to return to by discovering a shortcut or to continue exploration in a vast open area. I was initially hesitant to bring Bloodborne as I feared a difficult game would be hard to argue. However, after seeing Dark Souls 1 and Returnal make it on, I'm confident in the community's ability to fight past the initial difficulty and dive into this game's deep lore and visually spectacular world and environment. So at the end of the day, I could never live with myself for spoiling the entire experience, but just know if I can make a 30-minute video on this, I would. I feel this game is that essential.